right. Hi, everyone. Kelly McGriff Colbert here, owner of Iron Flag Fitness. Today I brought along Shane here. Shane's been a member with us for maybe four or five years now. And Shane's had quite the transformation, just with CrossFit first and then kind of dialing in on his nutrition to where he's at now. So I thought he'd be the perfect person to kind of join in. So Shane, can you tell us what got you into CrossFit in the first place?
I was turning 50 and one of my buddies, and I ran my whole life, ran in college, ran in high school and stuff, so I always was a runner, but I wasn't losing the weight. And I hadn't lifted weights in probably 20 odd years. So I was kind of in shape, but then I was overweight because I wasn't losing the weight. So I was up almost at 215 pounds, which was a lot. I have 5 kids. So my youngest, who was probably 8 at that time or 7, said, "Dad, you look pregnant." So I'm like, out of the mouth of babes, I need to do something about it. And then actually one of my friends, a gentleman named Miles Peterson and Steve Sequoia, used to work out here years ago. So they said I should try it. So I jumped in probably 4.5 odd years ago. And it's been a long journey of lifting weights and also, as you get older, your body breaks down a lot. And I was not able to run at the level and or the mileage I used to do in the past. So because my legs hurt. So I was trying to actually look for an alternative where I could actually lift, do a little running, a little cardio, and then also just build some muscle because I had zero at all. And it was, the path was not a good path. And so I needed to do something. So essentially I joined CrossFit. And it started out as a nice slow process, and it has evolved over the last 3 to 4 years where I've been pretty consistent in coming and then trying to balance, of course, my your eating lifestyle on the other side, which was another big hurdle and challenge I had to get through.
Yeah, definitely. So what do you think, when did you first start noticing kind of the results of, lean muscle mass, I guess? When was the first, how long did it take you, do you feel like, until you kind of realized, hey, I'm putting on.
I think over the first couple of months, I realized this is actually working. I feel stronger. I feel better. My back feels a lot better. So the kind of the core muscles were improving. So I had less of the back pain I had in the past, just sleeping. Just you wake up and my back hurts. And as you get over 50, everything kind of, accelerates its decline. So it was really over a couple months. And then with that also getting your mindset, because I think the only person that you typically compete with in life is yourself.
Right.
And can you get your mindset there? So it was nice. It was a great reset for me from a mindset perspective. And just trying to get back in shape, lift weights, which I hadn't done in a long time. And then turn to the right and say, okay, now what I gotta do from an eating perspective? And what are some of the bad habits I have? There are a lot.
What do you think? Because with 5 kids, how did you speak a little bit on how you juggle fitness and the kids and the work and all of that stuff? So
I think there's enough time in the day to, with 5 kids, juggling that and their lifestyle. And my kids' ages are, if I go back in time, they're 12 to 21. Before they were 7 to 16. So it's just trying to, how do you keep present for your kids? On an ongoing basis? How do you then manage your work life? And then I used to travel a lot for work, because of COVID I don't now, but I'll be back on the road. And then how do you manage your personal life as well? How do you bring all that stuff together? So it's doable. And if I can do it and still get to work out 3 or 4 times a week, then I think anyone can do it.
Definitely.
But you have to make a commitment to yourself that, I'm gonna block off time and I'm gonna get to this workout.
So that was the key, is blocking off in your schedule.
Block off in your schedule. I think the other key is actually having a place to go that has a strong sense of community, openness. You're happy when you walk in the door. You're super happy once you complete the workout. Trying to work out by yourself was not really, I did it, but I don't think I was as consistent as I needed to be.
And with you being a former athlete, that probably you're all used to the team mindset, right?
That sense of community and camaraderie and great vibe walking in. It's always fun, and then you do your workout and you're focused, and then you kind of leave. Some people still hang out, but I just kind of come in, do my workout, and then I go. But you feel like you're part of a larger community of people who are trying to reset their life, get healthy, and healthy both from a physical perspective, which then also it feeds into your mental health.
Yeah,
which
definitely.
is fantastic. Yeah.
Makes everything feel a lot easier during the day. So when did you start to focus in on nutrition? Because how much have you lost?
So I've lost probably and it's been a steady kind of decline. I've lost 30 pounds over the last 4.5 years. And I think I hit my low mark, which was like 185. Last summer, probably, or early last summer. So a full year ago. And then I've been consistent maintaining, up and down based on what you do on the weekends. And the fun you have. So it's been consistent.
Good.
So I've been very happy with my consistency, and then doing the bod squat. I think the interesting part of that was just that ability then to put on some muscle mass, which I really hadn't put on as much before, because I was focused a little bit more on nutrition. Now I'm not a freak with nutrition. I just watch what I eat. I've given up sodas to a certain extent. Instead of having my 1 or 2 a day, I just take a sip of my kids' soda. I've given up Dunkin' Donuts coffee with cream and sugar, moved to just black or just with regular milk. So the small things I think add up. And then historically, I didn't eat much breakfast. Now I eat breakfast. And then, I'll have a small thing for lunch, and then I'll eat whatever, I make for the kids for dinner.
Good. So that was the biggest nutrient changes you made nutritionally.
Yes.
Taking kind of out the sugary drinks,
get
processed food, and eating breakfast.
Yeah, and then if I needed a quick fix, I'd, grab a Coke that my kid has, and I take a sip or two, and I'm good.
Dude, that's good.
I don't need a full can or 2 cans.
Moderation, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so in the bod squad, you were able to put on a lot of muscle. I mean, I think you put on like 5 pounds of muscle or something?
5 pounds of muscle, which was shocking, because I knew I felt like I gained weight during the bod squat, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm depressed, because it was a 6-week course. I was pretty consistent on the food side, and then I was really consistent on the workout side. And then I think when I showed up, I'm like, oh, Kelly, I think I gained a couple pounds. And you're like, wait. Let's see if it's a good gain or a bad gain. It turned out to be a great gain.
Yeah, I mean, you gained the most muscle out of anybody, I think, in the challenge, which is amazing. And that just shows, on the food side, making sure that you're eating the right amount.
Yeah.
And then the workout side, when you're eating the right amount of food, it's going to show that way,
yeah. And then when I don't show up to CrossFit, I've become I used to be a runner, now I call myself a walker / runner. So I always do something every day. So I'll go for a walk for like an hour 20 with a little bit of run in there until my feet give out. And so I try to be consistent 7 days a week with going out, or not going out, but working out. If I'm not here, I'm doing something on my own.
Awesome. Okay, so always just kind of
always trying to schedule time a day. It's like, people say it's like making your bed in the morning. How do you schedule time during the day to have time for yourself? And I think it's more mental health as well as physical health.
Yeah, for sure.
At the same time,
I know for me, when I go out on a walk or do something like that, it just allows me to kind of reset, right? And then then you have some great thoughts, and it kind of pulls your day all in. And
I think you get focused, and being a runner my whole life in high school, college, and all that stuff, it really refocuses you on what's important, and that could be both for your personal life, it could be both for your family life, it could be both your work life. How do you sort through some issues that may be popping up, wherever it's at, and then it provides you a little more clarity, and you give time to yourself to focus on it. Some people meditate, some people work out, whatever's your vice. I think it's important to focus on, how do you make yourself a better person every day?
Yeah, definitely. Well, your progress has been amazing. Do you think now moving forward, CrossFit is something that you continue to do as you get into your 60s and your 70s? Do you see it as a life?
I think it's a life thing. It's a life thing. Because I think it's too easy to go backwards. And not doing CrossFit. I guess I'm not looking for the newest trend or anything. It's just how do I keep healthy physically, mentally, and then keep your core strength? Because as we get older, it's just everything kind of continuously breaks down. I feel like I'm in better shape now. Well, I think the big challenge was I was in pretty good shape, and then kid number 1, kid number 2, kid number 3, or kid number 5, and then you're like, oh my God, what's happening? Life happens, and it's like a blur. And then as the kids begin to get a little bit older, I wish I had one of my other daughters said, "Hey, Dad, you look pregnant." like 5 years before. But the baby is the one that always has pure clarity in the world. So I think I wish I could just start earlier in life, but I'm pretty happy with where I'm at my age from a physical and mental perspective.
Awesome. So what do you think the biggest thing that Bod Squad taught you was?
Well, just focus on your meals and do a prep. I do like when you guys are posting different meals on the CrossFit site, and that's great because I'm a divorced dad cooking for 5 kids. I'm always looking for something simple. I called you. I'm like, what do I do? What's that balance between a healthy meal and then also something the kids would enjoy? So how do I bring all that together?
Yeah, definitely.
So I think a little bit more focus on the meal prep and what you're doing, I think has been very helpful for me. And then beginning that on Sunday as opposed to beginning that on Monday at 3 o'clock. Setting up here, what am I gonna do? So a little more prep work on that side has been extremely helpful. And then, just more consistency in coming to workouts. And, I think one of my buddies said, hey, there's a 8:30 class on Sunday morning at CrossFit. I had no idea because it was like a CrossFit 45. And I always look at just CrossFit. So there were a couple of new classes that I found on the weekends that I just added to my repertoire, but I didn't really, do too much on a Saturday night. I just come on Sunday morning. So I added a couple more classes and then just watching kind of my food intake and then prepping for meals.
Cool. Yeah. And would you do another Bod Squad challenge or nutrition challenge
in the future? Yes. I think the next one I'll pass, but I think it's important. I'm a big fan of reset. I think we get too busy with our lives, and how do we reset and refocus? And it's really good to have someone remind you of that. And I think doing the Bod Squad is kind of a great reset, focus, and you jump in for 6 weeks, and then you come out of it good, and then maybe you do another reset in 6 months or 12 months from now. But how do you kind of maintain that throughout? Right, and take what you learn and ride with it. Cool. Well, thanks, Shane. I really appreciate you meeting with me. Thanks for having me. You've been an awesome addition to our community. Yes, it's a wonderful family. Love it. Awesome.